Hi everyone, back today with another video. This is another one in the Delve Amount series. We're just doing another bountiful delve towards the achievement, and the delve we're doing is the Underkeep essentially. I haven't done as many delves in Spiderland as I have in the other areas, and I really need to pick up on that. You can see here that there's quite a few I haven't done for this achievement in this area. So I just thought while it was bountiful, I would go up today and try to see if it was one I hadn't finished and what other options there were to do with this delve. So I hadn't found the treasure boxes either. There's something for not stepping in the webs, but there were no webs in this one, so it didn't count towards the achievement. Very good at standing in the webs generally, so that one might be a struggle for me, but he's hoping in the future it doesn't take me too long to not stand in the stuff. This version of the bountiful is the Runaway Evolution. Obviously, I've not done this before, and that comes through a little loud and clear. I do a little bit of wandering about in a couple of places, trying to figure out what it is that I'm doing. But also at the end, when I had to find the treasure room, it took a bit of thinking to figure out where that was. So as always, I'm running Bran as a healer. It might go faster if I ran him as a DPS. I don't think it would for me personally because I would do a lot of dying and that wouldn't actually equal faster. So I am using the Handy Notes add-on, which other people mentioned, which was great. And you can see once I get started, when we look at the map, it shows you where the treasure boxes are. And I have none of the treasure boxes yet. So I have marked them off on the ground with the lights as I run past them for anybody watching this who doesn't have the add-on or perhaps doesn't have the computer space to do that, or just doesn't want it. Until recently, I didn't understand how some add-ons could be quite beneficial. In my experience, they've been quite clunky, but I do enjoy some of the new ones people are recommending to me. So thank you for the people who made those suggestions. It's actually been super helpful. So the abominations that zoom around, they deal a bit of damage. I didn't get hit by them, but there was one time I dragged the mobs through them, and it just annihilated them. So stay out of their way. You can kind of see their shadows coming through the walls, so you can tell where they are. As you go through doorways and things, have a bit of a look at the wall, and you can see the shadows of the three abominations running through, so you don't get mauled by them. I also found these little crystal pedestals. They're just all over the place, essentially, but they do deal some damage. So try not to stand in those. I stood in it while I was clicking on the little abomination liquid that you're supposed to collect. You need 8 of them. It took me a bit to find the last one because this is a big circle, this one. It's not a linear, it's not straightforward. So it takes a bit of wandering around. I mean, now that I've done it, I could do it faster, but I don't need to do it again unless I want to, I guess. I did come across one of the untangled web things. It's not part of the Glory of the Delver achievement, but I'm in here anyway. It gives me a little buff thing that helps me beat the monsters, and it is working towards a different achievement in the future. I'm in here. I'm running past it. I might as well. I did get a commenter explain how the orb one works. And in the past, I've just randomly clicked on the orb one without any idea what it wants from me. But I've been told that what it is that you need to do is turn all the little orbs gold. Essentially, you start in the corner and you move your way out, trying to turn all of the little orbs gold. So if you're clueless like I was, that's what it wants from you. Since discovering what it wants from me, I haven't run past a single one. Before that, they were everywhere all the time. I wasn't getting the other version. So now that I know, maybe it'll be a bit fairer in the way that it shows up in the delves. This was one of the faster delves I've done. There weren't a lot of elites, except for the 3 at the end, the abominations, and they weren't very hard to kill once you chuck the potion at them. So this was actually a pretty quick one for me. It could have gone faster if I didn't stop to kill the purple guys, but I want to make the gold, so I'm going to keep doing that. So sorry anybody who wants me to make this video faster. I like gold. I like being able to spend it on things, so I'm going to keep killing those things while I'm in here. Those Delver coins for now are still making a really nice profit, so I'm doing those while I'm in here. But even with my new to shadow priesting, I got through it pretty quickly. I think it took me like 17 minutes, maybe not even. And it was really cruisy. Aside from the not knowing where I was going or what I was doing, it was one of the easier ones to do. I've made a couple of new videos the last couple of days. One of the new ones is about the Dark Moon Fair, and I've just figured that out today. I know, one day before the Dark Moon Fair ends, and I've figured it out. But yeah, if you've got some time tonight, check out that video and head over to the Dark Moon Fair if you're looking to build your concentration builds, or to make some gold farming with the fishing up of those little fish. And maybe you'll get lucky like I did when I handed in that quest and I got that nice bonus there that hopefully that sells for as much as it's saying it's going to. So go and check that video out before the Darkmoon Fair ends. I mean, you could watch it before that, but you're going to have to wait a little bit for it to come back. So you can see here, I'm checking through the wall to see where the abominations are. He made me run out of the little room where the treasure chest was, and I go back and put the light on it there for you guys, but I didn't want to get mauled by the guy. And this was still pretty early on in the delve, so I wasn't sure what kind of radius they had with their charge, and I didn't want to get too close without being sure. So I did notice with the little the pheromones that you're supposed to pick up, there's pretty much one or two in every circular room. So towards the end, you can see I'm running around because I couldn't figure out where the last one was. But just make a point of going in a big circle essentially, and then maybe coming up through the middle towards the treasure room. I did find where I fought the abominations at the end was probably the best spot. It was an accident. It was a total fluke, but it was probably the best spot I could have done that because I avoided all the other mobs I hadn't killed. And all three of them ran through that staircase. So if you're looking for efficiency, I accidentally did that. So definitely consider taking on the bosses there. How many of you guys watching this are actually going through and doing the delves after I make the videos, or are you just enjoying watching them? Because they do get a lot of watches. Not as much as my gold making videos, but a lot more than I thought I would be getting for mount videos. Do you actually go through and do the delves to work towards the mount achievement, or are you just watching the video for enjoyment? It would be good for me to know. I am posting these on the day I do the delve in case the bountiful goes away because I don't want people to miss it. So like I'm posting these videos as soon as possible, but if you're just here watching for just enjoyment or to see how to do this particular delve, let me know that do I need to keep doing these on the day I post them? I don't mind doing it, but on the day I record them, if I don't need to, it's just good to know if I need that, if I can have that buffer. So let me know. You can see there I did just get the achievement for finding all of the treasure boxes in this area. There were 4, which is a surprise. Normally there are 3, but there were 4 this time around. I had already found one of them, so sorry I didn't show you where the last one was. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know where it was, but I did find the other 3, and if you've got that Handy Notes add-on, it should tell you. I noticed that when I find them, it stops showing me on the map where they are. So if you haven't got them, the Handy Notes add-on should tell you where to look. I also just wanted to mention there are a couple of people who commented on one of my other gold making guides that if I used a different type of mount, a smaller mount and one that did less bobbing, I would have less motion sickness. And I have tried that and it has been so much better. Like it's still there a little bit. I'm just not built for speed. Like honestly, this body is built for wander, like anything faster than that. And I'm just not coping, but it is helping a lot. So thank you so much. I'm now running around on like this little purple fox. I didn't even know could fly. It's got wings. You might see it at some point in one of my other videos, but thank you so much. You've really increased how much time I can spend playing. So the little checkbox, the halfway point is up the stairs in this delve. If you go down the middle and up the stairs, you'll reach the halfway mark. I did do this without dying. I'm getting pretty good at it now. Bran as a healer is really, you can see there's been a lot of times I should have died but didn't because Bran was there. But yeah, so the halfway point is straight up the stairs. If you're struggling with it, straight up the stairs in the middle. I know some people have said that these would be faster if I did it with people. And I do like to do them on my own. It can be, sometimes I've only got 20 minutes. I'm fitting things around just life. And I can't wait for a group to be put together. And doing it on my own means I can do it when I'm ready. And that's why I do it on my own a lot. I do keep getting mauled by the big purple dude when he does come along, and I will probably need help to do that. And I have had some people offer in the comments, which is super nice because I'm very good at getting mauled by the big dude, and that would help me get the Nemesis achievement. So if I haven't figured out how to beat him on my own by the time I've completed the rest of the achievements, I will definitely take somebody up on one of those offers because I can apparently not do it on my own, at least at present. I get him about halfway and then I get smushed. So I haven't actually given it a go since becoming a disc priest. That all of those other times, a disc priest, a shadow priest, all those other times I was a disc priest. And I just didn't have the damage to take him down. So maybe I'll be able to do it as a shadow priest. I don't know. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. It's free for you and it's super helpful for this channel. It also tells YouTube who else to show it to, so we can help other people who are interested in this type of content. I know most people tend to prefer the gold making content, which is awesome, but sometimes I just want to do other stuff, which is why I've got the mount things going on at the same time. But feel free to let me know if you have a particular gold farm or a particular mount farm you'd like me to go do and record on a video. If you think there's a good idea for a video, I've had a couple of people suggest videos and they have been amazing. Sometimes it's really hard to come up with new ideas because mostly I'm just showing everybody what I'm doing when I play the game, which just happens to be gold making and mount farming. And that's just how I play. But it is starting to get to a point where I'm not sure how to show you something new. And, you know, I'm sure things will come up like the Dark Moon Fair thing when I was looking there to build my concentration tree. But yeah, so that was an accident. I didn't realize that was a good way to make gold, or I would have started at the beginning of the fair, not at the end. But if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. It's super helpful, and I'll keep trying to put together these videos. It's really nice hearing how much people like them, so thank you for that. So we are getting towards the end of the delve, and you can tell here I'm running around trying to find out where that last pheromone box is, and there it is. It's in the one room I hadn't been in. This is why I suggested run in a circle and then go up the center at the end, just because that's what worked. That would have stopped the running around. I mean, now that I know that there's a couple in each circular room, I'll start that way, but it made a big difference. Actually knowing where the boxes were. So hopefully that helps speed your time up. I think I lost like 2 or 3 minutes trying to figure out where the box was, and then maybe another minute trying to figure out where the treasure room was at the end. So I decided to fight these elites on these stairs here, which is really close to the entrance. It's when you go through into the entrance of the delve, there's 2 set steps up either side, and then there's a pathway down the middle. And I just fought him on the left-hand side. You can see that another abomination runs through it. And then if you run to the bottom of the stairs after you've killed the first 2 and just wait there pretty much at the entrance of the delve, and the other one runs through that as well. So you don't have to go very far to fight the last 3. They were really easy. They do slam this stuff on the ground, and it did knock me, and I got stuck behind the stairs for a bit. You've probably seen that struggle. But they weren't too bad. Just don't stand in the slam they put on the ground, and it does fine. I did find that Bran did most of the taking on the aggression from the big monster, but when I did have it, as long as I just avoided the stuff on the ground, it was pretty easy. So that was just the easiest route I found with these 3 big monsters. It would be faster in a group, but I didn't think it was taking me that long solo. And like I said, it gives me the freedom to do these delves when I've got time without waiting for a group to be put together. So here's the 3rd monster, and that's where I should have fought it right from the beginning. But I became confused, and I was like, are there more than 3 of these in here? Can I fight it closer to where I thought the treasure room was, which was not right. By the way. And I ended up going in a big circle to come right back to that starting point where the stairs were, and I fought it there. So I should have just stayed there. I lost some time this way. But hopefully because you've watched this video, you won't lose time this way. And I waited. I guess I wasn't sure how long the pheromones would stay on the ground for. You can see the shadow through the wall as it comes along. So I was trying to save them for when the abomination was close, because I didn't want it to time out, because it does have you have to wait before you can click it again. So that's why I was doing that. If you can chuck it and wait for longer, let me know in the comments, just for next time if I'm in here. The treasure room is up at the very end in that big empty room where I found the sturdy box, the last sturdy box where I got the achievement, where there was a big empty room. And I thought it was weird at the time because there were no monsters in there. And I was like, this is strange. It's because it's the entrance to the treasure room. So that door opens up and there's the treasure. So that's probably it. There's nothing new here. I'm going to run around and get gold and get my loot. Saving my things to disenchant for next week, when I can get more of that shimmering dust. I'm just kind of holding on to it until it counts towards my enchanting knowledge point tree, because you can only do that once a week up until a point. And I've got a week auras add-on now that tells me when I've reached that cap. So I know I've reached that cap now. So that's really all for this video. Give it a like and a subscribe if you found it helpful. And as always, remember, girls don't play WoW.